Eagles. Eagles.
Welcome in, everybody, to the JAKIB Halftime Show. The Philadelphia Eagles dominating so far on a Sunday afternoon versus the 2-11 Raiders. It was a game everybody thought the Eagles needed to use to get back on track, and they've used the first half of the game today to do just that. The score is 17-0 at halftime. Good efficient half of football for Jalen Hurts, 7 of 10, 93 yards and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley not getting much in the running game. I'll tell you what, that Raider defensive line is stopping them pretty well for the most part in the running game. Hurts has been a little more versatile today, running the ball as well. He has 5 carries for 27 yards with a long of 9. And he also had, I will say, he had another touchdown pass in the half that was dropped by Dallas Goedert. I don't know what the hell Goddard was doing on that pass. Just lost focus, didn't watch the ball into his hands and dropped it. So could be a bigger lead here for the Eagles at 21-0, but it does sit at 17-0. A good half of football for the Eagles. I will talk to John McMullen coming up. Kenny Pickett is out there, former backup for the Birds. Not doing a whole lot with that Raiders team, folks. That defensive line is pretty solid, but other than that, they really don't have much working for them, especially on that offensive side of the ball. Ashton Genty has just 5 carries for 14 yards. Their leading receiver today is Jack Beck, 2 catches for 17 yards. Kenny Pickett was 10 of 17 for 55 at the half. The weather is no factor today, everybody. We thought the weather would be a little bit more of a factor. It looks pretty nice, to be honest, the game. I mean, the sun is out. There's no snow on the ground. I would assume it's windy just a little bit there. I'm obviously not at the game, so can't speak on that. But it does look like there is a little bit of wind, and the Eagles are back on track. I'll take some comments from the great people of JAKIB Nation before I talk to Johnny Mack and see what he said. So Lubu says, y'all still want to bench the MVP? I don't think so, Lubu, but relax, brother. It's the Raiders out there. I bet the Genty over on Genty 16.5 carries. Yeah, that's not happening. Keese, what's up, brother? What are you thinking, Keese? Here's Walkout. What's up, Walkout? Doing what they have to. I keep what Dan Sills said in mind. Let's see what happens in the second. That's very true, Walkout. This team doesn't have a propensity to finish games. By the way, another shout out here. Brandon Graham, all right? The old head, back from retirement with 2 sacks in the first half. Two great, and that first sack would have been more beneficial had Cooper DeJean not taken a dumb penalty there. So Cooper DeJean got beat, by the way, on that Lockett third down early in the game. So Cooper not having his best one, but overall a good game so far for the Birds. Let's go to John McMullen, who joins me by phone right now. J Mac, welcome in, brother. Eagles up 17-0 at the half. What do you make of it so far, J Mac?
Yeah, get right game kind of maybe what we projected with the Las Vegas Raiders. That's a bad football team, and I think you've seen that in the first half. Right now they're having some corgi races here at Lincoln Financial Field. 2 things, a little bit too cold for the corgis. I don't like them being out in this kind of weather, but 2 other things. I think the Raiders are going to sign a couple of them because they need some playmakers. They need some ability to do something. That is a bad football team. You start to wonder if it's going to be one and done for Pete Carroll with the Las Vegas Raiders. But from the Eagles' standpoint, opportunity to gain some confidence. I think they did that. I think that really, the third offensive play of the game, the Raiders were set to stop the Eagles, the 3 and out. You probably get the Boo Birds out we talked about. And just an egregious defensive pass interference call. Throw was going nowhere. Eric Stokes was in good coverage. Didn't turn his head. Got the DPI, and all of a sudden the Eagles were off and running. 13-play, 67-yard drive that took about a half of the first quarter. And nice little shovel pass play that we've seen in the red zone to Dallas Goedert again, capped that off. But the Eagles have dominated 165 to 52 in total yardage. Only 2 yards per play average gain for the Raiders. They can't do anything. The penalties too, crushing up. That's what bad football teams do. 3 penalties, 2 key pass interference calls. So the Eagles should be able to coast to the finish line of this one, as we talked about. You kind of mentioned, you've asked me, Zander, why do I have so much confidence in this team making the playoffs? Well, because, the Raiders aren't going to beat them. The Commanders aren't going to beat them. So they're going to be able to get there. The question is, can they get enough confidence going in these games to make themselves relevant as a playoff team? And that'll be to be determined. But can't ask for much more in that first half. It'd be nice to have, Saquon Barkley more effective than 2.3 yards a carry. Considering the wind, I thought you had enough passing plays down the field. The one big 44-yarder to DeVonta Smith. Defense is off the charts good. Another great pass rushing day. Brandon Graham's got 2 sacks from the interior. And you start to wonder, potential shutout, because the Raiders are really ineffective. And you start looking at somebody like Ashton Genty in the backfield. I mean, he's just got nowhere to go. So It's like, that's maybe to the point that you don't draft a running back if you're a bad football team. He might be the player you look at in that instance.
Best evidence of that, John. Yeah, I agree. John, second half here, though, we got to see the Eagles continue, close this game out, John. This team has showed us good halves of football a lot this year. But they have not really played 4 quarters, John. I think that's the next thing I'm looking for in this game. I do agree with you. It's the Raiders. There doesn't appear to be any threat in this game. But it would be nice to see them close this game out. What say you in the second half here?
Yeah, I think the defense is going to close it out. I don't know how the offense is going to perform. It's not great. It's still not great on paper, as I said. Saquon's at 15 for 34 yards. Jalen Hurts is running it a little bit more. So for the people that want to see that, extended a drive down near the goal line with the run, had the quarterback draw. So he's doing some nice things there. Moro Jomo got a sack. Brandon Graham, as I mentioned, got 2 sacks. So they might be up at 7 sacks again. So people like that from the defensive side. But yeah, I don't see any threat from the Raiders against the Eagles defense. So I think it'll look pretty good on paper. But all the questions on this team are the offense, and it's still kind of a slog. They have to be bailed out too much. Like I mentioned, the Stokes penalty on A.J. Brown, they're getting bailed out. They got bailed out on the other defensive pass interference call down near the goal line. It's like these are plays from a bad football team that, for whatever reason, the things have gone off the rails. Are good teams going to do that? Maybe not. Now, the Eagles left 1 touchdown on the field with a bad drop by Dallas Goedert. On the other hand, the other 3 throws that Dallas Goedert has caught, 1 for a touchdown, he's wide open. Just wide open. So to the point of scheming some things, again, you see more creativity in the red zone. You see them able to get Dallas Goedert free. But when you talk about the receivers, it's go route, outside the numbers, hitch routes, as we all know. Not much change there.
No doubt. Johnny Mac, good stuff, man. I'll talk to you in the post-game show after this one. I'm thinking it's the blowout will continue here in the second half. So thanks to John for joining. I'll talk to you in the post-game.
All right, see ya.
All right, thanks, Sean. There's Johnny Mac, John McMullen joining me here on the JAKIB Halftime Show. Birds up 17-0 at the half, everybody. 1 half of football to play. I know John might not be thinking about it as much, but this team has to finish this game out. It's 17-0, so it's not out of it, but anybody who's watched the game right now, I don't think anybody thinks the Raiders are making a push to come back in this game. But it's never over until it's over, so the Birds should go and handle business here in the second half, offensively and defensively. I thought John brought up some good points there about the offense where, it's still not flowing from a sense of they're dictating what they want to do and being successful with it. There were some instances there where, he used the word bailed out. Not my favorite word to use there, but, you're still not seeing it. It's not something you game plan. You don't game plan for the team to make a bad, penalty like that. So I think it's fair to look at, but overall, everybody's playing pretty good on offense. Jalen playing good, a couple nice throws downfield. They did miss a bad hold on Fred Johnson. I'm sure you guys saw that they showed the replay, and Max Crosby's coming around, and Fred's like groped around him. I'm like, that's a big hole, but we'll take it. So it is what it is. All right, guys, hit that like button. Go tune back into the JAKIB Green Zone for half number 2 today, Eagles versus Raiders. And it looks like a good game for this team to get back in the win column and end the 3-game losing streak that they are on right now. So hit that like button, everybody. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Drop your comments down below. We'll be live right after the game for the JAKIB post-game show, and the Green Zone running right now during the game. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'll see you on the post-game.
EAGLES, Eagles.